standing there. He's just gonna.
Fucking man.
You're just gonna try to leap the 50-foot gap.
It's easy.
You need to look up the Pathfinder jump rules and actually make a jump check for this. Just, as long as you're following the rules, that's fine.
A 3 on the die.
Seriously, you need to go 50 feet at level 5.
Mm-hmm. I spend 1 sheet point and get a plus 20.
That's
okay. Because you're a monk.
Yeah.
And you have a ring of jumping, basically. Built into your class.
Basically.
Okay, that changes things.
It's also from standing start. You actually want to roll.
Now, okay, hold on. Now, just so you know, when you jump to the door, there's like a door there. There's no like pedestal to stand on. So what are you gonna use the pinions to
use the adamantine darts
to jab into the door?
To jab into the wall where I land.
Wherever it happens to be.
Oh, you're not expecting to make it all the way then?
No, I'm not expecting to make it to the door. I'm expecting to make it to the wall that the door's on.
Wouldn't it be safer just to like slow fall down and go across the pit and then climb up?
Too far for a slow fall. And
So
probably, but I didn't think of that now, did I?
No, but you're already in the air.
I got a...
And it's only 80 feet.
Okay.
I remember that.
Yes, Pythagorean's theorem.
73.
Okay, how far is that jumping?
73.
Okay, you're like we're gonna call it 10 feet underneath the door.
Okay.
I need you to roll percentile.
That was pretty good. You actually only needed to go a little bit farther.
On the table.
Sorry. That's 37.
37. Okay. We're gonna assume that one of them cuts in and the other one goes a little light, and you're like scrapes it off, and you're like, oh god. Okay, glad I brought 2.
Yes.
And then you can start climbing. You get up to the door, and you you can see the door with your head, and you see that there's like a big wooden wedge in it. And let me read the exact thing.
If you put it on D&D, you won't get that noise back.
Let's just mute.
It's a heavy wooden. Okay, it's a door consisting of heavy wooden beams bound by an old rusty iron bands, and it has no hinges and it was only wedged in place. So there's a little like stopper underneath it.
So... I'm gonna yell to you people. What do you think would happen if I removed this wedge?
Door to the back of the head?
Well, if you remove the wedge, what's probably going to happen is something liquid is going to come out of it.
It's going to fill Nick's cavity with
And
liquid
I am
or
going to
sand.
have
You know what would be really
Probably.
amazing if it was like melted lead.
And I'm going to have to learn how to swim
That'd be
very
upsetting.
quickly.
Do you
Not-
know how to swim?
No, he doesn't. We've
Yes.
learned that.
And what kind of armor are you wearing?
No,
he's got
No, he couldn't fit the
No, he's got
adamantine
you have the magical chain
because
on,
the
don't you?
I
forge
remember.
actually
Blew up.
burnt down.
Yeah. He has
I
the
have-
magical
I have
chain.
magical chainmail on.
Okay.
That said, I do know how to swim. I just am heavy.
Well, scale mail isn't that bad.
So we can get you
Or,
out of
chainmail.
there
Chainmail's
before we
incredibly
do
heavy.
this.
Full suit of chainmail?
You're right. Scale mail isn't that bad. But this is chainmail.
It's
And he has 8 and 2 kingsmail.
It's only 40 pounds.
He's in 8 and 2 kingsmail.
only 40 pounds.
Hey, Paul. It's 8 and 2 kingsmail. It weighs 80 pounds.
And even look,
He's not aware of it, but it also gives him a reduced chance to
minus
crit.
the skill check.
Piercing weapons
Matt, how hurt are you?
don't get
By the
hit,
way,
but slashing
How
weapons
hurt
have a
are you,
reduced chance to crit.
HP
hits.
wise?
Say that again?
He did like
Wouldn't
he did
bludgeoning
15
as well?
HP of damage. What's
No.
that leave
No.
you at?
Not bludgeoning.
bludgeoning has full effect
Yeah.
against check.
35.
Oh, okay.
That
Trevor,
saves
I
you from
like
slashing.
So I'm going to climb, if I can get the spikes into the wall that I'm next to,
You get it like a couple millimeters, just enough to support your weight.
and I'm going to do that back to the stairway, or
Okay.
back to where they are, and then I'm going to do it downwards. You think you can do what I just did?
Well, if I follow the holes, I hope.
Makes sense.
I'm going to try to make them better.
So,
They won't-
stab.
No matter how much you seem to stab them, they don't seem to get any wider. And also, as soon as you pull them out, they aren't there anymore.
The question becomes illusion or not?
That's how it's been this whole time. Like, anytime you pulled them out, the Mars on the walls went away. The
You need
exception
to
of
touch?
except for the section of the stucco. The stucco with the frescoes is actually, when it's damaged, it's gone.
And that's actual to the touch. Hole is gone.
I just found the perfect spot.
It's either an illusion or there's constantly a minor repair in effect. Which would explain the radiation.
We need rope.
I do not believe that
Paul?
we have any.
About this time, you hear the cracking of glass and then a shattering noise.
I make sure I let everybody know what I just heard. Do I have a direction?
You're pretty sure it came from your backpack.
Backpack? Open?
You see little pieces of glass shard. Seems like one of your vials burst.
Which one?
I don't know. Did you label?
Yes.
With what? I've never heard you say that you're labeling them.
Fine. Which vials are not broken?
All of them except for one.
What was in the other ones?
I'm not entirely sure.
Because I've only put a very handful of vials in there.
So, what do you remember you putting in there? If you don't mention it, then you won't remember.
Then I don't remember anything. And as a matter of fact, I probably wouldn't even remember that I had the vials in there, apparently, if I did not actually explicitly write down.
You don't need to write them down, you just need to recite what were in the vials.
I can't recite what was in the vials because you never gave me exactly what was in the vials.
Where did you get them from?
From Matt.
No,
No.
not the vials. Where did you get the samples in the vials?
The only samples I've gotten, the only ones, were from the Wizard's Tower.
Okay. If that's the only place you remember collecting samples, then you don't remember where this one was from. Because it was from before that.
Because I have not collected any samples whatsoever, to my knowledge, on my character before that.
Okay, you're not
Yeah.
exactly sure.
But-
To what you believe, one of your empty vials burst, and you're not sure why. Which is kind of weird because the stopper is in there too, like in the top of the vial. So there was, for some reason, it was closed.
Empty out the contents of the backpack. Sort out the non-broken vials.
As you're digging through, you're not exactly sure what it is, but it almost looks like a little tiny goblin about the size of your pinky. And it goes scurrying off. Gonna grab it?
Yes.
Okay, you grab it, you hear a crunching noise when you grab it.
No, at 10 strength, I don't exactly crush it, but I grab it.
It's this big.
I understand that. You can grab it without crushing it, even doing it fast.
Okay.
I thought I ditched that, because I killed it.
No, you took a sample of the spores.
Yes, I know. And then you told me that it was that they grew into goblins, and I looked at the vial and I killed it.
I told you that out of character. And you didn't kill it. You just put it in your back.
I thought that was in character, which is why I stated at the time that I got
Well,
rid of it.
you have a little finger goblin right now, and it's looking at you with little puppy dog gaze. Like, please don't squish me. That's not gonna.
Speak.
No, we can't speak. That's not gonna work.
Do you understand me? I
However,
speak in Goblin.
In range.
Uh,
Or just run it behind
it's yeah, that'll work. It doesn't seem to respond, other than to have that general fear response and try to curl
Shake
away.
your head if you understand me. Do like this if you don't.
Stares at you with little puppy dog eyes.
you. It can't understand the whole.
This place will kill you. Pocket, stay. I will try to not hurt you. Apparently, it's still alive.
So I'm gonna climb up that wall.
Paul,
Which
has
one?
had
The
fungus
tall
to his
one or the
chest.
short one?
Short one.
Okay.
And
So you make it back to the party.
we need a rope.
We have 50 feet.
How far down? is it?
50, maybe 60. if
It's
we count
50
what's
on this
left of
side,
his.
110 on the other.
Well,
Okay,
50
I have
then is
enough
enough.
to-
I thought it was going to be farther down.
You're how tall?
Well, he can just walk across the pit to the short end.
So
I thought the
Paladin,
short
that's
end was
fine.
far. I thought the short end was more than 50.
No.
feet.
Paladin,
short end's 50.
move towards us and we can.
can you tie
Bring
a
you a
slip
rope.
knot
I'm
on
sorry.
this end?
The short end is 60. My apologies.
Yeah.
But he can still jump. Down.
Okay.
That's fine.
How
Let's
tall
do
are
that.
you?
Why do you want to
But he has height.
We're
so-
gonna put it around his wrist.
Nick? Nick, how tall are you?
Okay.
6 foot.
Here's what's
4.
gonna happen.
6'4".
We've already done that.
Okay.
there's a slip knot on one end of the rope,
Okay.
and the other end is going to be tied around me.
Okay.
They're all going to be holding on to me,
Okay.
and we're lowering the slip knot into the thing.
Okay.
Put it around your wrist.
About 15 feet from the bottom of the thing,
15 feet. 50 minus 4 feet. Well, rope.
you're making a slip knot, and then you're also tying it around you.
Slipknot uses.
And it was
for
10 feet
wrist
short because
about
it's 60
this
feet down.
much.
Because I misspoke with the 50. I did.
4 times.
Yes. I was reading the ceiling, not the trap. Like,
He can still probably jump that and then put
We
his wrist in
gauged it
it.
to be 50. Apparently, it's a little bit longer. They shorted us rope. Whatever.
Well, it's
Can
a
you look
little
at
bit
50
above
foot
you.
fall and notice how long it is?
Probably.
Yeah.
Monk probably
Jump!
He can't jump that.
he can't jump that high.
Hang on.
He's like a dwarf in that previous game. It's like, jump jerk! -3 feet. Help! I'm stuck on the ground!
But it's only... You said it was 14 feet short?
It's like
There's a reason dwarves live
It's
underground.
like-
They're
okay.
so firmly attached
He
to
needs to make like a 6-foot leap to be able to reach the slip knot, not get himself inside of it. And if he reaches the slip knot and grabs onto it, then he's going to be attached by the head.
That's what it's
That
going
was
to
the
be.
point.
Okay.
You have
You
50
try
feet
6
of
or
room.
7 times, and you're almost reaching it, and then one of the times you actually get a grasp, and it like tightens down on your hand.
Bolt.
Needs a couple extra feet for a moment.
And because you guys all have amazing stats by
I have
design,
gauntlets.
they all pull you up, and it's not very comfortable.
It's not very comfortable, but
You get up there. Something bites you in the chest.
Why are you biting me?
You take 1 damage and your left nipple's gone.
There are
You
roads.
hear like the noise of like a mouse would make when it's chewing on cheese.
Oh.
You feel pain again.
Pull the goblin out gently.
shut that
Put it
fucking
in
thing up.
the stone sarcophagus. Close lid.
Fuck.
You have 10 strength. You're incapable of moving the stone sarcophagus
No,
by
we
yourself.
broke the spring, so it's like
It's
Broke
broken.
new springs came.
I-
Once the
I
bunch of them
understand
disappeared,
that you
this magical
disabled the trap.
return.
Okay, that's fine. I can't disrupt stone chest by myself.
We
Okay,
just
that's fine.
witnessed.
oh god. I don't have the greats with the plug.
Can you help me a little bit? Put the chest back on lid.
Acid.
It dies.
There, you are helped. Focus.
I do not like randomly killing living things. Thank you very much.
Then
What was
never
causing
eat
a problem?
again.
That's not randomly killing things. That's
Yes,
eating
it
things
is.
for food.
No,
That wasn't random either. It was getting in the way. Come on.
Psych.
People I travel with.
Shit.
Okay,
Okay.
so now you're dealing with the Z form, rising where the staircase used to be up to a wooden door that you're gonna have to go down 50 feet across the pit and then up 110.
So
you
I'm
get
We're
going
just
to
along the
travel
side.
across the wall.
How are you gonna go across the side?
That's right.
That's
What strength score do you have?
No,
now?
he is. I'm not.
Okay, so you're just
I'm
gonna
gonna do that.
do that?
And it's just a wooden block, right?
It's like a wooden doorstop.
Get yourself at an angle above it because
Yeah.
the door comes out this way or this way. Or...
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the lava flows.
Technically,
and
I
death
think the
traps.
waterfall will be chasing me.
Like, you can climb, right?
Yes, I can also swim. I can also be eaten alive.
Or dissolved.
Oh my god, it's gelatinous ooze on the other side.
Oh god, it's squirrel.
Remember, there's no monsters besides ones that are components of traps.
Yes, I know.
We don't know that.
A gelatinous soup could be. It's
Okay,
brown mold.
So I'm going to take out one of my pinions,
Okay.
and I'm going to hammer it into the backside of the wooden block.
It's
The
pretty
door.
small. Like it's
There's the door and then there's the block.
it's like maybe a half an inch
Oh.
sliver underneath it.
With
I'm
I
gonna
think
regret the hell out of this.
could I possibly?
You could-
Do I think I could pull that out with prestidigitation?
Wait,
If
did
you want
he
to
did
slip
Nick
on
say
that
not
slip knot the
30?
thing, a
Prestidigitation
little bit
is
away,
5 pounds of force.
pull.
Well, if I wiggle it, maybe.
Probably not. You do not believe that magic is strong enough. However, if you knew telekinesis, it would.
And about 4 more
That
left. maybe.
that magic seems to be beyond you at the
I don't think that because of how flush it would be with the bottom. I don't think. Could we get a slip knot around the wedge?
No.
Well, okay. If you were to take the rope with you, you could probably get a note around the knot around the rope.
You could hammer a sun rod in, tie it around that.
You could stab a javelin into it.
I don't have a javelin.
Oh. Well, I mean the
Bang it.
metal.
You can use one of your things you're trying to hold.
Yeah,
to
well, you can
stab
use
it.
one of the
That
things
was going to be one of the things I did, but
the adamantine dart things.
I'm going to try to weaken the wedge with the adamantine dart, but I'm not going to let go of the adamantine
It
dart.
wiggles a little bit, but it seems to be pretty stuck in there.
That's good.
Yeah. How much pressure do you think whatever's on the other side of that is under?
All of it.
As much as it can.
If this is actually something and not just, something that we're going to just remove and
Feel
the wooden door's
silly
going to
about.
fall off the wall,
We're like, oh, well, that was all for nothing.
it creaks open, it was just a solid wall.
Okay, so
behind
while you
it.
guys are thinking about that, I need to use the restroom real quick.
So, what is the dimension on the wooden block again?
The wooden block, it's like a half an inch tall, a half an inch wide, tapered in a triangular wedge shape.
Oh, how long?
You don't know. Part of it's under the door.
Well, how much of it is sticking out of the door?
Like maybe 3/4 of an inch.
I might be able to get a rope around that.
No.
Yeah, you'd have to hammer something around it.
Flush to the
We
ground.
don't have silk rope. We have hemp rope.
Well, my only real idea is take one of the darts, diagonal it above the door, like back and above the door, tie the rope on it, come down and around, pull the pin, and scamper back up the rope. Because even if there's something fluid, it'll knock you out into the middle, but you'll be attached to the rope.
Problem being is it's been stated that no matter what I do, I can't get more than my own personal way. And a jerk on that, such as me falling and then stopping at the end of the rope, would be more than enough to dislodge me.
You're pretty sure if you could get a firm grasp on it, you
One
could
of
pull it out.
his thieves' tools. Like, hammer this in, get above it, use a slip knot, pull it out.
Alright.
Poisonous fog.
I'm worried about it comes out and just sprays directly at
So
her.
be to a side, but you can't be too far to get the physics to work.
There's no side. Remember?
To all side.
Well, the thing is he's stating that it'll go along the walls.
Yeah, along both walls. And if it's under pressure, it's
But
gonna go
there's 10
directly
feet
away
above
from
the
See,
door.
you guys had to pick the one direction that I hadn't read ahead on.
Well, there's 10 feet above the door you can be. The wall, the ceiling doesn't exactly meet the door. There's space above it. You can be above the door.
How much space?
10 feet, he's stated.
How big is the door?
It's
10 by 5.
the 2 10x5 panels.
Well, okay.
It's upsetting is what that is.
If you're happy and you know it, clap the door.
I already did that.
No one clap.
That would be obscene.
That's what I've been saying.
The block above it is
dislike it.
actually door 2.
That's happened like 4 times. Okay, so I'm gonna pry with the adamantine dart.
Okay, you
Because
work
that's
at
all
it.
I really got.
You work at it. You work at it, and eventually it comes clear and falls down the hole, and then the doors go and fall inward on you. What would you like to do?
Hold on tight.
They're gonna buffet you at least, but they are rotating, so it's not like they're gonna come straight down on you
When they start, I'm gonna put my feet on them and essentially go that way.
into the pit.
Along the wall, jump, essentially. I'm jumping sideways.
He sees the doors coming, so he's pushing off to try
You
and
gonna
get
use a chi
another
point?
wall.
Yes.
You might want
Okay,
to.
I need that jump result. Tell me if you make it.
50 something.
Okay, you make it like basically
It'll be a little low, but
your feet are hanging off the edge where the party is,
Oh, good.
Grab.
and
pull.
the doors fall and make a loud banging noise when they hit the ground.